friends, Amanda here. Welcome back to Handmade Now Hallmark, and today I've got these beautiful faux dip dyed cards featuring some amazing products from Simon Says Stamp. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. So today I really wanted to try to do some more faux dip dyeing. I did this back, I believe, in the summer or the spring, and I've done this technique in the past before. It is super easy and super fun way to create some pretty simple cards with a lot of like drama. At least I feel that's what they are for me. And I really like the way these ones turned out. I love the white at the top and all the dark color at the bottom. And I really love the colors I chose. I was going for more of like darker colors. Like I was going for more of like a true red and a true green, but they ended up turning out more of like pinks and a teal, which in the end, I really did enjoy these. I felt like it was kind of more of like a vintagey Christmas. I'm not really sure. Either way, I did enjoy how these turned out. They were super easy, and anybody can do this technique for any occasion whatsoever. So I'm using my Gansai Tambi watercolors today. You could definitely do this with any watercolors. These are just the only ones that I have, and there's lots of color choices here. So definitely versatile set that you can use for all season. And I'm just using some Canson XL watercolor paper today, and I just have it taped down using some just blue painter's tape. So what I'm doing here is I'm just starting out with a really light layer. I took that nice deep red color and I am watering it down quite a bit, so there's just a little bit of pigment, and then you do have to do drying between each of your layers here to get that faux kind of gradient layers and lines in your project. So there is, quite a bit of steps that go with this, but in the end, each of these panels only took me roughly 15 minutes to do. So half an hour worth of painting I think is definitely worth it. And you could definitely make more of these, paint a whole bunch of these panels, and you've got a whole gift set of cards, which I might actually end up doing because this was so relaxing and fun to do. So again, you're just going to go back and forth in between these layers, adding a little bit more pigment as you go, drying in between each, and then as you get to a point where the red is about as red as you can get it, start adding a little bit of black to darken that color until eventually you make it to black in the end. So that's the process I'm going with here, just back and forth, adding some color, adding a little bit of black, a little bit more pigment, and drying in between each of my layers. So again, it is a little bit of some back and forth, but in the end, I really do love the effect that you get with this, and you can definitely do this as a landscape card as well. You can do this full panel cards, or you can do it like I have here. So many different ways to create these faux dip dye cards, and they are, again, a lot of fun and super easy. Please don't be intimidated by this. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the painting. I'm going to add a little bit of music here, and when we're all finished, we'll come back and finish up these beautiful cards together. Once my panels were completely dry, I went ahead and trimmed them out a little bit more so I had a nice crisp edge around each of these. Next, I'm going in with this stamp set from Simon Says Stamp called Holiday Sparkle Greetings. This came out quite a few years ago, and I was really wanting to do just a nice, bold, gold greeting right at the bottom. I had tossed around kind of what I wanted to do. In my mind, when I first had this idea come up, is I wanted it to be full panel. So in my mind, I was picturing these scripty words to go a little bit further. You could see like the real, the nice long leaders that are on these. But it didn't work out that way when I was painting, so I kind of had to adapt, and I was going to change it up and do a smaller greeting, but I wasn't happy with the smaller greetings. I really wanted to stick with this original idea, these bold greetings to go right along the bottom in nice bright gold. And I'm glad that I did because I really love the way that these turned out. I love the simplicity of these. I was going to add some sparkles and things like that that came with the stamp set, but in the end, I just decided to add those couple of sequins, and I really, really love the way these turned out. They look really elegant and, like I said, super simple to do. So I am using some Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink, and I'm also going to be using their antique gold embossing powder, one of my favorite golds to use. I think these would be pretty in different like blues as well. And maybe purple, all sorts of colors, and do a whole set of these. And again, you could definitely switch out the greetings and do them for birthdays because these colors are perfect, for any occasion. I just think that they're super fun. So again, using some of this antique gold embossing powder, and I used my anti-static powder just to help kind of contain the embossing powder where I want it. And I did make sure my panels were nice and dry. It didn't take too long for them to dry because I was drying in between each of these layers, so it didn't take too long for them to finish drying all together. And I'm just taking a dry paintbrush to brush away any stray embossing flakes that I don't want kind of hanging around, because I want it to be nice and crisp and clean. And it just turned out so great. Again, I was really pleased with myself on these. I was a lot inspired by Christina Warner, and I believe Amy Rasavi recently did a faux dip dye card. I could be wrong, but I don't know if it was recent. I was on their channels looking at some old videos and some new ones. So I'm inspired by those content creators. They make such amazing things. So I first saw the faux dip dyeing, I think, from Christina Warner several years ago, and I was super intimidated by it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. I was so intimidated by watercolors, and this was the easiest thing that I've ever done with watercolors. I really can't tell you guys how easy it is. Just, take your time, go through the layers. I was really intimidated at first with getting the right color layers, but again, slowly add in those pigments and then slowly add in that black ink, and it really comes together in the end. I think out of both of these, my favorite one is this one here. I really like the greeny blue kind of color that came out of this. And like I said, I was trying to go for more traditional colors. I really wanted red, like red, and green, if that makes sense. But I really liked these kind of pinky and teal colors I ended up getting. I think I just ended up picking just maybe not the right shades in my Gansai Tambi pack, but I really liked the way that these turned out. I'm not really much for non-traditional colors, but these are close enough, and I was really happy with it. And I did stamp these down twice just because I was using watercolor paper, and I really wanted to make sure I had a nice clean impression on both of these cards. Gonna get that one stamped down, and I think this one was my favorite of one of my sons as well. I'd shown them the cards because he had asked me what I had done today, and I showed him these cards, and he really liked this one. They really like seeing some of the things I create. The little guys like more of the cutesy ones because they're a little bit younger, but my older boys definitely like these ones because I think they could give something like this to a friend or to a teacher, and it wouldn't seem kind of kid-like, I guess. They're going to be 14 on the 17th of this month, so they're kind of in that weird phase where they're not little kids anymore, but they're not quite adults, but they want to be treated as such. So I think these cards would be great for teens to give to a teen, or to have teenagers give it to teachers or anybody else like that. So really fun cards. Going to go ahead and get my station all cleaned up here, and I am doing top folding A2 sized cards. This is Simon Says Stamp 110-pound cardstock. Again, just my preferred cardstock. You could definitely do these as landscape or side folding cards. I think these would be pretty either way. So whatever orientation you like, they would be really great. I just have a tendency to lean more towards landscape cards. So I came up with this idea. I don't know if I've seen somebody do this in the past, or I wanted to put foam tape behind my card panels here, and I always struggle with getting the foam tape. Like, I peel all the backing paper off, and I end up trying to stick it on there, and I go wonky, and it ends up crooked, and then you can't peel it off without ruining something. So I did cover the back of these with foam tape, and what I did is as I was getting ready to adhere them down, I only pulled the adhesive backing on this foam tape down about halfway, and I had it kind of pulled off to the side to where I could reach it underneath the card itself, and I lined it up with the part of the card that still had the backer paper on it. So I got it lined up where I wanted it, and then I pressed the top part down, and then I just peeled away the remaining backer paper, and it was perfect. I didn't have to worry about it shifting, and it worked out fantastic. Don't know why I thought of this, but I just was like, hey, this might actually work. And it totally did, and I'm super pleased with this. I'm definitely using this technique again and again. So there you can see all lined up beautifully. And again, I was going to leave these the way they were. I was going to add some sparkles, but I just decided to go in with one of my favorite sequin sets. I believe this one is from Simon Says Stamp as well. I can't remember off the top of my head the name of it, but I will have all of the products that I used today listed and linked in the description below if you're interested in any of those. And I just decided to add 3 sequins on here, just the gold ones, just to add just a tiny bit more shimmer and shine to these. Again, you could totally leave them without. They're beautiful and simple, just like this. You could definitely add some of those sparkles and stars from the set itself, but I just like them just like this, and I was, again, super pleased. Clean and simple is definitely not my forte, but I love these so much, and I hope you did as well. If you did, please consider hitting that like button, as well as to subscribe and that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos here at my YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching the video, and I'll catch up with you guys again real soon in the next one. Bye! On screen, I have a few videos that I think you'll enjoy. Please consider hitting the like button as well as to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos here at my YouTube channel.